welcome to the Ixonia News. I'm Jordan.
And I'm Dominic.
Today we'll be updating you on important news around Ixonia.
January 27 is the jump rope for Heart Assembly. Have a blast and jump a lot.
On February 2nd, it's Post Office Buddies. Finally, on February 9th at 9 a.m., we have the school musical called The Emperor's New Clothes. Break a leg, performers.
Now let's go meet a new staff member with Ella and Marshall.
Hi, Ixonia. I'm Ella.
And I'm Marshall.
For today's Meet a New Staff Member, we are interviewing Mr. Mueller.
Thank you, Mr. Mueller, for joining us on the news.
Our first question is, can you explain what you do at Ixonia for those students who haven't met you yet?
Well, I'm a teacher just like all the other teachers, and I work with students, and I work with some small groups, and I work with individual students at times, and I work with the whole group, and I'm on the playground, and I get to go into 2nd and 4th grade, so I get to kind of be split between 2 grades, which is lots of fun. So
Cool.
yeah. Any other questions?
We are also wondering, what do you like most about your job and Ixonia Elementary?
You know, I love Ixonia because of the students and the faculty here. That is the best part of it, because the people make the place here. So, and I also love how our school is like out in the farm fields and out here way outside. So I love it with all the fresh, clean air.
In addition, who is all in your family?
Well, I have a beautiful wife. Her name is AJ, and then I have 3 kids. I have Luke in 3rd grade at Summit, Jake in 2nd grade at Summit, and my daughter Brooke, and she's in 5K at Summit Elementary. She'll go to high school with you guys sometime in the future. So, all right.
Do you have any pets?
No pets. We have one of those Hatchimals.
Cool.
Yeah, that's about it. So.
Then a few questions about your favorites.
What's your favorite sport?
Badgers. I went to the University of Wisconsin, so I'm a Badger fan. Packers, Brewers, Bucks.
What about your favorite food?
I'm a pizza guy and spaghetti. 2 favorites.
Do you have a favorite color?
Purple.
Thanks again for joining us, Mr. Mueller.
Now we move on to Dom and Kyle with a new news segment.
There are
called
always
Did You
things
Know?
to wonder about, aren't there? A wonder is something you ask questions about and want to find out more.
Why is the sky blue?
Are there monkeys in the sea?
We look to Wonderopolis for a few things to think about this week. Wondering is all about snow.
What do you think is the best thing to do on a snowy day? You fall asleep with visions of blizzards in your head?
Will you wake up to a snowy sense outside your window?
Will school be called off for the day? When you awake, your thoughts immediately turn to the weather.
You rush to the window and look outside. Yes, the ground is covered with a thick blanket of fresh white snow. Woohoo!
Now, the only question is, will you have school today or not? You rush to the television or radio or internet to check for school closings.
After waiting for what seems like forever, you finally see your school on the list of closing. Snow day!
Snow days occur because weather conditions make getting you and your fellow students to school too dangerous. Snow isn't the only thing that causes school to get canceled.
Though any type of bad weather, from floods to tornadoes to hurricanes, can result in canceling schools in the interest of the safety of your students and teachers.
Some areas of the United States get more snow than others. In Florida, for example, snow days aren't very common. In northern states, those snow days might occur frequently.
Just because an area gets a lot of snow, though, doesn't necessarily mean snow days will be frequent. If people in an area that get a lot of snow are used to traveling in snow, then getting to
and from school might not be a big deal. On the other hand, when it snows in an area that rarely sees snow, even a little bite of snow might cause major traffic issues. Most kids tend to love snow days, and that's understandable.
Who doesn't love a surprise vacation? However, snow days can come back to haunt you at the end of the year.
Most states require students to attend class for a certain number of days. If you have too many snow days, you may find yourself still in school at the beginning of what was supposed to be summer break.
Speaking of snow, let's head to the weather with Allison and see if there's any snow in our forecast.
Hi, Ixonia. I'm Allison. This weekend, the weather looks great. That means it's great weather for playing outside or just staying inside. Remember, if you're heading outside, to wear a winter coat. On Friday, there will be snow showers. On Saturday, it will be mostly cloudy with a high of 32 and a low of 19. On Sunday, it will be mostly cloudy with a high of 28 and a low of 16. And finally, Monday will be partly cloudy with a high of 26 degrees and a low of 16. Now to Cole with sports.
Ixonia, this week we switched things up for sports. With the Super Bowl just around the corner, I headed out to investigate students from Ixonia.
Burke, and I'm going to ask her, what do you have anything for the Super Bowl?
Do I do anything for the Super Bowl? We will probably have a Super Bowl party with snacks and friends and family.
Thank you, Mrs. Hunter, and I'm going to ask her a question. Who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl?
I think that the Green Bay Packers are going to win the Super
Me
Bowl.
too.
Yeah. They look good.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. If we get Jordy back, that'd be even better.
Yes. Miss Dreno, and I'm going to ask her a question. Who do you think is going to win the Steeler-Patriot game?
I think it's going to be the Steelers.
Yeah, they've had a good base this year.
They certainly have. Antonio Brown wasn't on the best of behaviors, but I think they'll win anyway.
Sawyer, and I'm asking you a question. What do you think the score of the Super Bowl is going to be?
I think 25-30.
Thank you.
This concludes the 5th edition of Ixonia News. This week you learned about events around Ixonia, met Mr. Mueller, and wondered about snow. Thanks for watching and have a great week. Hi, Ixonia. I'm Ella.
And I'm Marshall.
Hi, Ixonia. I'm Ella.
And I'm Marshall.
Another blooper. And I'm Dom. What?
It's not
What do you think the scores of the Super Bowl is going to be?
I'm going to think the Packers 29 and the Vikings 30.
She could do yes, and then you say.
The ground is covered with the thick